Good evening, students. The chapter which we are going to do, it is Akbar the Great, chapter number 8. So Humayun's son Jalaluddin Muhammad, one of the greatest Mughal, he was born at Amarkot in 1542, and when Humayun died, Jalaluddin Muhammad, he ascended the throne in 1556 at the age of 14. He assumed the title of Akbar, and fortunately Akbar had been placed under the guardianship of Humayun's one of the faithful and experienced general, Bairam Khan. Please underline. The Mughal throne was unstable and insecure, and the Rajput had become powerful and were waiting to throw the Mughals from India. Akbar's conquest, Second Battle of Panipat, one of the important battle. Soon after his accession, the major threat came from a Hindu named Hemu, who had risen in the service of the ruling Afghans and also became the chief minister of Adil Khan. So he led a large force into Delhi, and the city of Delhi fell into the hand of Hemu. Akbar, under the advice of Bairam Khan, marched forward against Hemu's superior forces. The two armies of Akbar and Hemu, they met at the historic battlefield of Panipat in 1556. Hemu was defeated and he was killed, and this was the one of the battle which destroyed the Afghan powers and therefore stronger the Mughal empire. Then Akbar's conquest in the north. Akbar sent a huge force under the Adam Khan to conquer Malwa. Then they annexed Garh, Kangara, then Gaur dynasty. Then he captured Chittor, Kalinjan, Ranthambore, Gujarat. Then Maharana Pratap continued the struggle against the Mughals after his father's death, and he was defeated in the Battle of Haldi Ghati, which took place in 1576. Akbar sent his army to fight against Daud Khan, the Sultan of Bengal. The Sultan was defeated and he was killed. Then he conquered Kabul, Kashmir, Sindh, Bulistan, Orissa, etc. You can see the map. Some of the, or you can say that it is the extent of Akbar's empire. Then Akbar conquest in the south. Mughal forces remained busy in the Deccan, and Mughals then captured Asirgarh, a very strong fort of Kandesh. Then Akbar annexed 3 provinces in the Deccan: Berar, Ahmednagar, Kandesh, and his administration also very strong. He divided the administration into 15 subas, or you can say provinces. You can see the subas: Kabul, Lahore, Multan, Delhi, Agra, Ajmer, Allahabad, Bihar, Ahmedabad, Berar, Ahmednagar, Awadh, Bengal, Malwa, Kandesh. So these were 15 subas or the provinces. And he was a very great administration. He divided the administration into 2 parts, that is central and provincial. The central administration, it was headed by the empire, who had absolute powers. He had a council of ministers and officers to assist him. His council of ministers comprises the Wazir or Diwan. Then military department, the head was Mir Bakshi. Then Chief Qazi was the chief judge, and the chief Sardar was the supervisor of grants. Mir Saman, he was in charge of household. Prime Minister, he was called the Vakil. Then he had many advisors also, and important meetings with the officials in the Diwan-e-Khas, which was a hall of private audience. Then provincial administration, along with the this provinces or subas. Further, it was divided into sarkars, and these in turn in parganas. Each parganas comprises a number of villages. Then each province was under the charge of the subedar, who had full civil and military powers. The subedar was assisted by a number of officials like Diwan, Bakshi, Qazi, Kotwal, and each pargana was under the charge of the Fauzdar.